I keep forgetting that there are women out there that will try to embarrass you, try to loudly misunderstand you in a way that they might assume is embarrassing for you for the sake of either moving male attention away from you and then trying to move it towards them, or for some other reason. I'm too neurodivergent to understand the why, and it's not. I am fascinated by this, and I think that's part of the It's not a problem. It's not a problem for me. I genuinely. Oh, this one's a little extra fun. Sorry. It's not a problem for me because there's nothing for me to gain from this. Shame is not a reoccurring, predominant emotion that I feel, reaction that I have to embarrassment. And a man could never, and I could never be embarrassed in front of a man. That's a man. And the idea of trying to shame me so that a man would not like me. I mean, babes, do whatever it is that you want to, like, not whatever it is that you want to do. Some of these ladies will try to kill people for the sake of male attention, but like, I really could not care less. Like, you can have them. I will be so, like, and I'm far too neurodivergent to not directly ask, you like him? You want him? I'm not in your way. Now, this could be me misinterpreting a situation that happened not too long ago. Could be. But I was just a little confused. I'm like, what's happening? I don't know. Ladies, okay, let's break this down a little bit. Ladies, if you feel like you are threatened by the presence of another woman, especially as it relates to a man, she is not your enemy. And that man don't like you. And that has nothing to do with the lady that is the third party in this. Arguably, just living La Chita Loca, has no idea what's going on. She has nothing to do with whatever you want to or don't want to be going on with that man. And there's nothing that you can do to try and embarrass that lady to the point where that man would not stop looking at her. First of all, men will look at anything. Men will try to sleep with most things. Human, breathing, it really don't matter. There's a reason why there's so many occupations where people go, a man shouldn't be here, including a mortician. If you feel like you gotta fight tooth and nail for a man's affection, for him to claim you, for his love, for whatever, there's so many other things that you could be putting that energy towards, like building friendships and long-standing relationships with other women and queer people, that for some reason, some people try to actually pit themselves against. It's like, no, we are the community. And one thing about me, I don't like being confused. I know too many things to feel confused about. I can feel intrigued. I could be fascinated. I could have questions, but confusion for me is my red flag. If I am confused about something, like when I was dating men, the moment that I was chronically confused, like a single moment of confusion, and then you bring up a conversation that gets cleared away. Okay, like that's fine. Oh, misunderstanding, that's fine. If I am confused about where I sit with somebody, that is my red flag, and you have less than 30 minutes. Now that goes for, like, it was much easier for me to spot this when I was in relationships with men. One thing about me, I'm gonna cut a man off. I'm gonna cut him off. I won't necessarily block him, but I will delete you from my life. So that way, if you try to reach out to me again, I will genuinely ask, who is this? And then once I figure out who it is, then I'll just delete that phone number again, because I don't need that energy in my phone history. But it's always been more confusing for me to do this with friendships, because I've always prioritized friendships. I was raised to prioritize friendships. Good job, Mom, with that one. So when it comes to being confused in friendship, that's been a long-standing journey of me trying to figure out, oh, in the same way where if you don't know if you don't know where you sit in somebody's life in a romantic relationship, that's a red flag. If you don't know where you sit in somebody in a platonic space, that's also a red flag. And especially, now that is like a neon red, dare I say blood moon red flag. If you don't know where you sit in someone's life, but the confusion that will eventually grow to become anxiety really starts to percolate as it relates to, if you are confused about where you sit in their life, especially when men enter the space, that's where things get dangerous. I'm also realizing, because I'm a yapper, and a lot of times I say things, immediately forget what I say, and keep it pushing, but sometimes things resonate a little bit too deeply with people. So sometimes, and this is a real life realization happening right now, I'm realizing that sometimes I have no issue saying in 17 different ways in 4 different languages and 2.5 dialects, I don't want that man. I don't want your man. I am uninterested in that man. I could not, no thank you. No thank you in so many ways. And I'm realizing that, yes, that is probably like saying that, like, especially in the beginning of getting to know somebody. Yeah, I'm sure that would be helpful for folks, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But if I find that I have to keep saying that, then that means subconsciously I'm realizing that there is a question that is consistently being asked of me that I feel the need to answer to. And that question that is consistently being asked is, do you want my man? And no matter how many times I could say no, if somebody is consistently asking in different ways or putting me in positions to be like, oh, so if I'm consistently being put in that position, that means that somebody is just waiting for me to say, oh, well, maybe. And then they would fight me. And one thing about me, I'm delicate. I talk a lot on here. Will I swing? Probably. I don't know if I'm a swinger. I'm not a swinger. I will destroy everything that you hold near and dear, but I can't. I'm very delicate. I can't do anything physical. I got other friends for that. I'm more of a psychological warfare kind of girly anyway. But the idea of using these skills that I have, not even these skills, the idea of losing potentially what could have been a really cool, interesting friendship because they think I want a man. And I also don't think, like, I recognize that a lot of women, when they like, not even women, a lot of people, when they like somebody, the rose-colored glasses come on, they're the most attractive person that they've ever seen, and then the moment that they break up, they look at them and they go, Jesus Christ. Yikes. Like, I recognize that. And that's an experience for a lot of people. I don't think that people that are in that fully grasp that second version, that when you have fully decentered, when you don't, when it's hard, but that's how we just see them. That man that you are constantly asking me for, don't you find him like super, like, I think he's super cool and like super fun and super hot and all this stuff. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Like, okay. And then you, like, maybe they walk around for a little bit. You have a conversation with this person because you're like, oh, Shayna, you have to remember men are people too. And then they come back and they're like, oh, hey, squeezing themselves in between. And you're just looking. It's like, what's happening? And even if he didn't look like that, I can't say that I've ever met a man that I was like, oh, he's too hot, he's too funny, he's too this, for me to lose him. At the end of and maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm maybe it's a plethora of things. I don't know. But they always kind of, not that they look like that, but it's not like they become more magical looking the more that I get to know them. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let me know your experiences in the comments.